Hello, YouTube. I feel like you're all going to be like, wait, where the have you been? Hello, everybody. I hope you're all well. I just want to catch you up, and the best way to do that is getting ready and chatting to you all and just giving you a bit of a debrief on what's happened and why we've been MIA on here, because I'm thinking my hands looking dry on there because I feel incredibly dry, but why we've been MIA on here because I've not chatted to you all in ages and the kids feel like teenagers. So I'm going to get ready. I'm only getting ready for like very minimalistic. I'm not doing anything today, but I do want to get ready. And I'm going to just tell you what's happened from the last time. It was like 5 weeks ago. Just don't. I'm a shameless individual. She's shameless. I think the last conversation we had was a post-op check, was it? Well, I meant to have had a 12-week one, but I had no childcare. Let me break it down to you. So, in October, we went to, where did we? Gran Canaria. And I took you guys with me. I packed everything. I got on the holiday, I started vlogging. We are the Salas. I'm Mama Salah. We have 2 boys and my husband Farhan. And we're on holiday. So I was debating, do we take YouTube, do we not? So I didn't take you on like the whole travelling side, which was yesterday. But sitting by the pool today, I was like, you know what, let's do this. So we're in Gran Canaria for a week. It was a trip that I bought for Far for his birthday. But we was like we wasn't 100% sure if we could go because of the whole breast situation. So that's the kids. With not being able to travel. But we're here. The boys are in the pool. I've just got out the pool, and you know what? Spend the holiday with us. So it's the first day. It's about 34 degrees. The boys are in the pool. We've had breakfast. We've had a walk around. Jay's chatting me, so I'll bring him over.
Okay. Rah! Come on, Tiger boy. Ready? Come on then. Run and jump in. Run and jump in. Run. Run, 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 run.
Whoa! Boys! Boys! Jade, let me see you. Jade, Daddy and Jedi. Are you having fun, Mama? Yeah!
Ready? Salah boys.
Salah boys! Salah boys! Salah boys! Camera battery died. I had no batteries. No, not one battery with me. So you missed that our Gran Canaria holiday, but it was just a nice, meek family holiday. These drawers are going to be a bit annoying, aren't they? Sorry about that. It's my first holiday as like an itty bitty titty committee kind of gal. So yeah, we did that in October, and then it was my birthday. You missed my birthday. I really hope that lots of you are followers of other platforms like TikTok or Instagram, because then at least you wouldn't have missed much, because I did share bits on there. But yeah, I'm now a whole 27-year-old. I'm 27. The kids feel like they're just... This wasn't a good idea, I don't think. The noise is doing my head in. So yeah, I turned 27, and basically my birthday was on a Monday. So I took the kids to school. I opened the presents with the kids, took the kids to school, Far left, and I got home from the school run, and there was all like flowers up the stairs. And Far, he was lying, he ran to the garage, he hid in the garage. So yeah, I turned 27, and me and Far just had a bit of a date day. But anyway, lots more has happened. So, the baby, I think you guys were there, and he went to forest school, and yeah, you guys knew that he went to forest school. Well, that was a fucking nightmare. Not because of the forest, by the way, but because of the other people. I'm looking for a little mirror. Here we are. So the forest school went down like a fucking shit sandwich. It went down like an absolute sack of shit. Basically, it was incredible. It has to be one of the best child settings I've ever witnessed. The staff, incredible. The women were so positive, even at the end of the day. He loved it, I loved it, we all loved it. We all loved it, absolutely loved it. But then it turned out there was some random man working there who I definitely didn't have a clue about, nor did Farhan. And when we kind of raised it to them and met with them in person, it wasn't I don't know, it just didn't, something just didn't feel right. So he's been taken out of there and he's been with me every single day since. Every single day he's been with me. Every single day. So that's another reason why I haven't really done many YouTubes, because he's with me all the time now, because we were waiting for another place at another childcare provider. So he's been with me this whole time. He did have one of his little warm-up sessions yesterday, but right now he's downstairs napping. But what do you guys think about that? A guy working in the childcare environment, wasn't introduced to you, unaware that he worked there, wasn't on the board when you went in there and met, like, you know, the staff, and you looked at the staff board and all the rest of it. And when you raised it to them, your concerns, it was like very much a private chat in an area where no one else who is in or works in the building, and bear in mind the parents don't go in the building, so it's not as though parents would have overheard the chat. It was just more the staff. No one else could see or hear what was being said, and it was very much a case of, we're not willing to segregate him. And I never requested a segregation. I requested that that person didn't care for my child, bearing in mind he wasn't even based in the baby room. But you know, that's another part of the drama. But let me know what you think, because at one point I was like, am I being over the top? But Far was like way more like, because you know sometimes you can be over the top, and I was like, Far, do you think? And he was like, no, I am not. So because he was like full blown like refusing to move on it, I knew it. I wasn't taking my own feelings into, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can run with your own feelings. And Far's a very logical person, and he was absolutely point blank like, absolutely not, this is a joke. My eyebrows are chaos. I went and had them done professionally, and I just wish I didn't, because I feel like I don't even recognise them. I swear every time I chat to you guys, I'm moaning about some eyebrow issue that I've had. So now I'm trying to like let them grow out, but there's just chaos. They're chaos to pin down. So that's the reason why it's been chaos. It's been absolute chaos. And why I've kind of like put this off. You guys know I'm on maternity leave, and loads of you are like, why are you going to go back to your job? You know, you might as well just keep doing what you're doing on the internet. But I want to work, like, and this is work, trust me, this really is work. However, I still want to have a legal and lawful job. I don't want to just be completely self-employed on the internet. I think it would actually make me enjoy the internet a little bit less because of the pressure. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. So, and also, like, respectfully, you know, I want my benefits of dental treatments, healthcare, you know, and pensions. And yes, I can get a private pension, but I can get a private pension while I'm still getting you know, a working pension. So that's where I'm coming from. So yeah, I'm still on maternity leave, but I'm currently in the middle of like really addressing it, like thinking, seriously girl, what we're doing with this? What we're doing with this? Because I'm due to go back in like January or something, and I need to just decide what to do and where to go, because I'm not going to be having any of the babies anytime soon, if ever. So yeah, I'm still on mat leave, because loads of you did me DMs like, what happened? You've not told us. And like, nothing's happened. I'm still on mat leave. But, like I said, I do enjoy what we do on the internet. But at the same time, my end goal was never to be like an influencer. You know, and I still don't want to be an influencer. Not that there's anything wrong with quote unquote influencers. But I don't want to be that, because I feel, I don't know why I'm trying to talk to you while I'm doing this. Trying to do these straight lines. But I just feel like I've got something else to offer. And not that people who are quote unquote influencers don't have anything to offer. But I do feel like people who want that lifestyle, that is their end goal, which is fine. But for me, influencing, or, you know, content creation to a degree, but slightly different. But people who do that, that's their end goal. It's not my end goal. You know what I mean? My end goal is really to create something which will change other people's lives. And me showing you my favourite jacket on the internet, I don't believe it's going to change your life past the season, you know, respectfully. respectfully, genuinely. So I want to stick to my end goal, because I do feel like sometimes you can see the benefits of a certain lifestyle or a certain area of the internet and just get caught up to it and caught in with it, which is fine for some people, but for me, that's not what I want. So this phone is vibrating 24/7. With me, you know, like kind of really like looking back and thinking, again, I'm trying to talk to you. I don't know why I'm trying to talk to you. I do this because I can't. Okay, we're okay now. I can talk. Okay, so because I was thinking, like, you know what, I'm going back to work now and I've just turned 27. I don't want to be like doing a job where I might not be 100% happy, and I've spoke to you guys about it before. I don't necessarily think it's the job, I think it's the environment. So much has happened there, so much. You know what I mean? Like, literally so much. I don't even know legally how much I can talk about. But so much has happened there, and I do just think sometimes, like, some people just, one, stay in one place because they're just a bit like, well, it's a good job, it's good money, you know, and I'll just have to deal with the rest. But I'm a very big advocate for just do what makes you happy. This feels a bit bright every time I look at that screen. You know, money is great, and I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I hate it when people make out like money isn't the be all and end all, but it always comes from the people with the most money. Do you know what I mean? I hate that, because how can you tell me or tell anyone else, you know, how to work harder when, you know, you kind of come from wealth a little bit anyway, or whatever, anything like that. I hate things like that. So that's not what I'm saying. But I've worked jobs before and earned humongous amounts of money, but it didn't matter because I was miserable. I also worked at Bank Fashion, which most of you know, and then I think what, £5.16, and I had the most money then ever because I valued the amount that I earned more, and I just actually enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want to go back to that now, because I don't really want to work in retail at my age, because I just don't think I've got the patience for it now. Now I've got bloody kids and all the rest of it. It's not even the jobs, it's the bloody people, especially around Christmas and stuff. But I actually loved retail, I actually loved it. But I could not do it now, listening to all these bloody snotty customers telling me about how a jacket doesn't fit like I blood clot made it for them. So yeah, that's not an option. But I kind of want to stay in finance, but I just don't want to, I just don't know if where I work now is my end goal. So anyway, I was thinking about that and I was like, you know what? I am going to start a podcast, because although I can talk to you guys on here, YouTube's a bit more mobile, I think. You know what I mean? By the way, I think this concoction for foundation is, or base, or whatever these anyways call it, is just slay. This, I just put it where all the little dark patches are on my face. Don't know why I do that. Don't ask me why I do that, but I do that because I feel like then I don't have like uneven tones when I blend it all. But this Revolution Skin Blur, the tiniest bit of that, with a bit of NYX Born to Glow, like a little dot of that. Not too much because it's winter now, none of us are glowing too much. And I didn't really get along with this NARS foundation. I'm trying to think what it is. Light Reflecting Foundation in Sacralose, I think it's called. But put a dot of that in, and I'm telling you, yeah, I think a dot is okay. And I'm telling you, I think it's, well, you're going to see it anyway. I started a podcast because I thought, you know what? I love talking to you guys, but I just don't know if YouTube's the place. You know what I mean? Like, no, it is the place, but I don't know if the platform on YouTube is the place. And what I mean by that is, you know, you guys want to see us go out and shit, which is lovely, but imagine if I just start just talking at you all the time. You're all going to be like, whoa, this is a bit deep. So I wanted to kind of create a podcast separate to this channel where we could just have the honest conversations, and maybe, just maybe, it's the start of, like I said, the end goal in creating something that will help many more people other than myself. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, the podcast is called Sip and Sala. It drops on Wednesday, the 15th of November, the first episode. But the first episode, I'm a little bit anxious because I'm a bit like, It's only about 15 minutes because it's a very brief warm-up of basically just introducing myself, introducing the podcast, telling you what I kind of aim to do and talk about on there. But I'm worried. I hope it... I'm not over-talking myself now. Let me just get this. You know what it is? Every time I use a sponge, I regret it. Well, I regret you. Let's blend this out first and we'll decide. I kind of hope it gives the message that I was hoping for it to, like, oh wow, okay, we know what she's gonna give us now. Give us the like the full episode, the next full episode, whatever. But I'm worried. There's a hair somewhere. But yeah, I'm slightly worried that people might watch it and be like, oh, is that it? And I'm like, no, that's not it. But I can't really say it because it's a bloody podcast, isn't it? And you don't just like keep talking on a podcast. So that hair is still bloody there. It is my solo podcast, so it is mine alone. But we'll be on it sometimes, but it's not his because I have found that when we do things like together, like this platform, sometimes I get a bit pissed off at him because he'll come home from work, rightly so, and he'll be like, I can't really be arsed to like film anything. And then I'm like, well, it's a bit annoying, mate, because people don't just want to see me all the time. But equally, I'm not going to force you because the whole reason why we made this platform is because it was organic. I'm not going to like force you to make unorganic content. But then it kind of pisses me off because even when I go back to my work, let's say I get home and I want to film 4 hours straight without eating, drinking, talking, breathing, I will do that. He thinks it's borderline slave labour and I just can't agree with him. So I made it by myself, so I don't have to put any pressure on him. I don't have any expectations of him. And when I do ask him to jump on, I'm sure he'll probably want to jump on more because he's going to think, this is not my thing, so let me go on it a bit more, other than having like, oh, not today, tomorrow kind of thing. I've got a very spotty chest. What's going on with me? Ever since I've had my boobs done, my chest has never been spotty. But ever since, I keep getting spots. I was certain that the doctor had moved some skin from further up down, because I'm like, whoa, I never had spots on my boobs. But anyway, so it's just mine, but he will be on it, and he is on episode 2. I'll give you all a disclaimer. First episode is called Who's That Girl? The introduction. Second episode is called Marry or Move On, and we answer so many questions. And let me just tell you something, because it's my podcast, I'm a bit of a control freak and I wanted it my way, so I didn't actually let him know what to expect for the first episode. So I just said sit down, and obviously with podcasts we're a bit more structured as to what you're going to talk about. And I just started speaking to him about certain stuff and he was a bit like, oh, didn't think he was going to go into all this. But again, I want it to be as honest and as organic as possible. So we talk about everything. Some of the questions that you guys have asked us, they're also in there, like the religious questions, like the mother-in-law questions, like the family questions, like the kids' questions, all. I ask them on the podcast too. And I answer them on the podcast too. So that's the episode. And the third one, I'm really giving you all the tea here now, but I feel like I owe you something. I've not spoke to you guys in ages. The third one is called Daddy Issues. So like I said, I really am trying to be like, I know it sounds really cringe, but I almost want the podcast, if you closed your eyes, I keep saying I sound really poetic recently. If you closed your eyes and thought of my podcast, I hope the image that comes to your mind is like a veil over a mirror. Someone just drops the veil and you just see a true reflection. Because I don't want it to be like, I don't know, I don't want it to be dressed up. I really don't want it to be dressed up. And I know like podcasting, it's really popular now for people to be like interviewing other celebrities. And I do watch some podcasts with that, but respectfully, honestly, with the utmost respect, sometimes I get so bored listening to the person because I'm actually more interested in the guest than the actual host. Do you know what I mean? So I wanted to steer away from that because sometimes, like Doak, for example, love him. I think he's one of the best podcaster hosts / interviewers that there is. But some of them, you're like, actually, you don't even want to be there. You can tell your management just set that up for you and you just get in a quick bag. You know, do your thing. But I actually don't want to listen. I'm actually just here to listen to the other person. So I wanted to steer away from that and just make it more of an honest, reflective kind of chatty podcast. So that's what it is. I'm giving you some tea on that. If you want to see a bit of like sneak peeks and stuff, I do share some throughout the week before the Wednesday episode drops. And I have shared some snippets of the first introduction that's going to drop on Wednesday the 15th. So that's on IG, TikTok and YouTube at Sip and Sala. I'll put the handle like maybe here. I'll put it here. If it's not there, it's there. It's going to be somewhere. I'll put the handle somewhere. But yeah, that's another life update. But the reason why I thought, you know what, today's the day, I have to get on this camera and talk to you guys, because I feel like I've been putting it off. And every time I think I'm going to do it, the kids are there or the baby wakes up or whatever, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. So I thought, you know what, I must do this because we've got some exciting things coming up. And obviously Christmas is coming up. And I want to like get back to it and share more of our live stuff with you guys. But I didn't want to just take a 5-week break and then just be like, whack, here we are. And you're all going to be like, what? Where the fuck have you been? So that's why I wanted to sit down and chat with you all first. So next week, we're going somewhere really exciting. I can't tell you because this is going to be out before we go. Just keep your eyes peeled for the next YouTube. That will be like a normal YouTube again. Maybe like a day with us or whatever we're going to be doing. But we're doing something exciting. And then I'm hoping we can take you with us on an actual travelling trip, considering you missed Gran Canaria. You didn't actually miss much, I'll be honest, because of the whole surgery and like we'd waited, what, 10 months into the year to even do anything. We were absolutely shagged. That's the best way I can explain it. We were all fucked, we were all knackered. Normally we like to like venture out, and we did venture out, but very reluctantly. I was knackered at that point. I just wanted to relax, but I didn't manage to relax. But you did miss the baby in the pool and all the rest of it, so I hope we can take you with us. So we've got all these little exciting things coming up. And I still want to make sure that although, you know, I've kind of signed myself up to a podcast now, I still want to make sure that I take the time to share myself and my family with you guys, because I know you guys originally signed up for that. You wanted to see that. You wanted to see more of that. So yeah, that's where we've been with that. But how are you all after my big rant? I'm like, this is like a day-to-day makeup, and I feel like it's very busy. Is it busy? At least now, when we get back to it, you're not going to be thinking, what the fuck. But in regards to the baby, because I'm getting so many questions about the baby, he is 14 months now. He's still not walking. He refuses to walk. I don't want anyone to think I'm concerned, because when you know, like when you answer someone's question, you say that was not good to do that. Anyone who's got that, don't apply it like that again. Warm it in your hand, because that was terrible. Every time I like answer people's questions and I say no, he's not walking, they're like, don't worry, and I'm like, I'm genuinely not worried, because he's an absolute game player. Honestly, he's an absolute game player. And Jai walked at 7 months till about 10 months. Then Jai didn't walk another step again from 10 months until 14 months. So I know I've got a little streak of rebellion in these children of mine. But I can tell it's a bit of stubbornness, just because he will walk around the house with the furniture. He will, you know what it is? Sometimes people, this is what I was saying the other day on Instagram. What do you consider walking? Because some people, like, as soon as their kids start taking like 1 or 2 steps, they'll start saying, they're walking. But for me, walking is like, you better get up and walk from one side of the room to the other, back and forth all day. Not all day, but you know what I mean. And he isn't doing that, so I won't say that he's walking. I wouldn't say he's walking anyway. But if you consider that walking, he's walking, but I don't think he is. So yeah, he's not walking at the minute. Jai's like a whole teenager. Jai, you can't even stop him anymore. He had an urge to suck his fingers, for the OGs who remember him sucking his fingers when he got to about, when was it, about 15 months old? He didn't have a dummy from 6 months, but then when he got to about 14, 15 months, he started sucking his fingers. Remember, we had to put gloves on him and all the rest of it. Well, we stopped that because he stopped sucking his fingers. And the other day he came home from school, he put his fingers in and he was so disgusted in himself. He was like, Mum, I need gloves. I put my fingers in my mouth. So now he's back wearing gloves. I don't know why, because he's not even putting them in his mouth. He's not even urging to do that anymore. But now he's like, Mum, I don't trust myself. I want the gloves. So he's got gloves on every night. So if you see him on any of the other apps with gloves on, that's bloody why. And yeah, he's growing up overnight. I've also got weave now, so I've also got 22-inch hair, and I'm constantly like this. I used to have weave all the time, but this is actually a slay weave, I swear to you. Everyone keeps saying like, oh, was it a paid ad? No, it wasn't a paid ad, but you know, sometimes when you get something good, tell other people, because, not that there's anything wrong with it, but I'm going to share my experience. I had weave so much as a kid, but the only weave obviously I was aware of is like the old school weave method. This powder, by the way, slay! Best thing. You know the old cornrow method, where they kind of weave up most of your hair and then it's just your crown left out, or they can do it like slightly higher and leave that bit out and all weave. But I think their methods are quite a heavy one, because I think with the weight of the plaits and the hair to it, as soon as it gets a tad wet, and because they're all plaits, the plaits just get triple the weight that they would be without being wet. I've gassed up this powder and now I'm like, what's happening with it? What's going on? Well, yeah, that's the only method I've ever had, and because I had it for, I don't know, maybe 8 years, all the time, my sides are really, really thin now, so I've tried to avoid weave for ages, but obviously I just had my breast reduced and uplifted, and I've been trying to like stick to like watching my weight and my diet and it's less about weight but more body fat. I've been trying to take more of a proactive way in living and just being more conscious of my water intake and things like that. I'm not getting any younger now, kids, so I need to focus on this stuff. I thought I'm gonna just try a weave again, but this is called an LA method. So all my hair is already out, none of it's weaved up at all, and it's kind of like there's a couple beads in there, and then they sew it to the bead, so it kind of already feels much freer, lots lighter. Oh, it feels great. It feels great. So I've got a weave, so when I finish getting ready I'll actually show you the weave. And I'm a little blonder as well. Yeah, you've missed out on that. But like I said, next week we're going somewhere exciting, so we still need to pack. Far's bought nothing, and I've told him, please don't embarrass us. What he thinks is cool is not cool. It's the best way I can say it. Sometimes he comes... Jesus. That's one thing about like when I speak to people for work. It sounds terrible. But like I've just got a whole page from like a brand, I just respond, yes. Because it's like, you can tell they're obviously on high energy, like that's their job. But you know, when you get that, like frequently, I'm like, wait, I'm trying to YouTube here, honey. So I forgot, Far in his style, his sense of style. You know what, some of you might hate me for saying this, but I thought we all stopped matching our shoes to our t-shirts in 2009. He's still doing that. I can't stand it. Like, he bought some blue and yellow dunks. This was a few months ago now. And he was like, I must find a blue and yellow top. Why? Why must you find a blue and yellow top to go with it? Like, I think it's cooler to not match, me personally, but he thinks I don't know what I'm talking about. So I've been begging him for ages, please make sure that you just sort out whatever you're going to wear so we can pack it. I should really just tell you where we're going, shouldn't I? So, last year I went to like this brand event. It was a humongous brand event. But this year they're doing it over 3 days. But it's like we have to get there really early. So, last time I just took one baby with me. I don't know why I still call my kids babies, because one's like 3 going on 30. But I took one baby with me, being the actual small baby, Jedi. But this time, they've got us accommodation for us all to go as a family. So Far's like eager because he's never been to a brand event before. But I've just told him, please don't dress uncool, like, please. It's in London and we have to get there at crack of dawn. But he's still not picked out what he's going to wear, and I haven't picked out mine yet. However, I trust that I can find 3 fire outfits or 6 fire outfits day and night, whatever. But he's just not having any of it. You know what it is? The trouble with him is he has too much faith in himself. So I've been going on at him for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, however long we've known, maybe 5 weeks, 6 weeks. For goodness sake. So, I don't know, we've known for a little while, maybe 2 months now we've known, and I've been saying to him, please find something to wear because I'm not packing last minute again. We need to pack for the kids, and obviously it's in London, so it might be cold, and we don't know if we've got to go outside, and da-da-da-da-da, and he's like, yeah, and he still hasn't, so I suppose the next video will probably be him resting whatever he's going to wear, or whatever he's going to pack. I'll show you all that. It'll be chaotic. I'll show you what we pack and what we wear, and then you'll probably just see us on IG and how it looks. And I guarantee you his shoes will match his chuffing top. But yeah, that's what I meant when I said something exciting. God, they really drew my head in, I'll be honest. So yeah, I'll keep you posted about that because I've still got a bit of time regarding that. But yeah, that's where we've been. My boobs, by the way, because I know I've not updated you on that. I'm obviously 12 weeks now, but I had to move that appointment because of the lack of childcare, because of the whole school situation. So I haven't seen the surgeon yet because the 12-week appointment was actually with the surgeon. That's rescheduled for like December, I think. So I'll take you with me actually for that if you want. But I won't lie to you, I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm being a bit immature about it, but in the same sense I can't shake it. Like, I really just don't want the surgeon to see my boobs. I know that sounds really ridiculous because like he did my boobs. The reason why they look like this is because he did it. But that doesn't mean I should want to show him again. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, just feel like no one's seen my boobs now but my husband. Do you know what I mean? Can we not keep it that way? Can I just show you a picture or something? Like, I don't know. And like him being a surgeon, I feel like he's going to touch my boobs and I'm just like, ugh. But I feel like maybe now I'm saying it to you guys. It's a bit of deja vu, isn't it? Because I remember when I was having, or maybe you don't remember because I lost all the footage. But when I was, what is them dots all over my face? When I was filming for my boobs, I think actually it was part of the lost footage. I filmed a bit where I had to go see him and he had to like touch my boobs and I just had like the biggest ick, like, ugh. But I suppose doesn't everyone? I'm guessing we all feel that same way. Look at that now, my bloody face. Because of that silly thing that I just sprayed, it's made white dots all over me. I just really don't want the guys to touch my boobs. But you gotta see it as I bet he doesn't really want to touch your boobs either, really. I bet he's got a wife at home. And he's sick of seeing you young girls wanting these fucking beautiful tits. Wait, taking you guys with me might actually be what makes me feel a bit more comfortable. Because I think if it was just me and the person in the room, like in a bit of silence, I'd feel incredibly uncomfortable. But I think like, I know it sounds ridiculous because obviously it's like recorded footage on a camera which I have to go in and chop to like make it a bit more palatable to watch and then upload for you all to see, but in the moment you almost feel like you're there with me. Kind of alleviates a bit of the stress. So yeah, I'll take you with me for that. I think it's like December 2nd or something, but I can't quite remember. But you'll hear him, he's a bit of a perfectionist and he's probably going to say, I think my nipples are perfect, but even before he did it, it was like, I like to measure nipples. I like to make sure, like, da 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 da. It's I can't remember. Arab? Is he Arab? Is he Arab? But anyway, he says like, I like to make sure it's like boom. And I'm like, look, I think you've spent too much time here because I like to look as close to the way that God made me. I'm not a big fan of all that, whatever you're recommending here, sir. But me, I'm overjoyed. And I'm just so happy at this point right now, I don't need any sort of like recorrective surgery or anything like that, because my biggest worry was I was going to lose my nipples, because there's a bigger chance of loss if you don't take them off. That was one of my biggest worries, losing my nipples. And then when I woke up and I had my nipples, I was like, does that mean my nipples didn't die? Or do we find out if they die like in the recovery surgery? Because I didn't actually know. And then my biggest fear after that was, oh God, will I need corrective surgery to like fix anything? Because when you first have them and they start to drop, they look a little square at first. And I was like, oh no, I might just have square boobs because I don't think I can do all that again. But they've dropped and they're just phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm so happy I did it. So happy I did it. Wait, let me just get the stuff for the hair. Might do like a little half up, half down feel. Every time people recommend me to do like, you know, like a little... All these girls do it. I feel like all these girls are scared of like slicking their own hair back. They don't really want to see their like forehead or whatever, which is fine. But me, I'm the opposite. Like, I do that and within 20 minutes, it's all slicked back because I can't stand constantly picking this piece of hair off my face. Like, I don't understand how other people operate that way. I don't know. Maybe you're the issue, because it can't be me. I've had it in this. Not for very long now. Only from having a shower. So maybe what, an hour? Maybe an hour and a half. So it might not be so curly, but I forgot to wear it last night. I don't know why. I'm such a disgrace. Forgot to put it in last night like an idiot. I don't know how anyone goes without putting this heatless curler in their hair, but I won't lie to you, I have just ordered like a bigger one, because now the hair is 22 inches. It's a lot of freaking hair to wrap around this one thing, hence the reason why I've only got it around the back and not the top. But this is the weave. I feel like I should stand up and show you. We've taken a left turn now with this hair business, but I feel like so many black girls and mixed race girls might be like, what? Because I didn't know you could have any other weave any other way. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I've been hiding in the desert and I think that you don't have to. I bet you're all like, Sissy, there's thousands of ways. I was watching these black girls getting their wigs laid next to me, right? And honestly, I was stunned. I did not know that if you glued it down and got it laid by like a professional, or maybe it's not a professional, maybe you can just do it yourself, but I did not know that if you glued it down, it would last for 2 weeks without moving it. The ladies were saying to me, oh, if you ever think about doing a wig, like, let us know. And I was like, come on now, don't be so ridiculous. Me, little old me with a wig, I would literally be holding onto the wig like that for dear life. There's no way I'd have the patience to lay this wig or try and fix this. There's no way. Even this, I was having my hair done first with Jasmine, and I was like, oh, what am I doing? She was like, what do you mean? I was like, why on earth am I going to get, I forgot the bloody slip brush, to get a bloody weave? And she was like, why? I was like, I ain't got the energy for this. And she was like, you know what, you're right, you don't have the energy for this, why are you doing it again? And I was like, you know what, I don't know, I really don't know. But I don't regret it so far, but it's not been that long. So, who knows? But I won't lie to you, I feel like, yes, I'm all down for a bit of change. But wait, I need a slip brush to get this up. But, so before I had this, I was like, oh no, I'm not girly enough for this. And then even when she was putting it in, and I saw like the length of the hair, I was like immediately regretting it. Thinking, oh, I'm not girly enough for this. But I think it might be a bit of a complex. I really think it might be a bit of a complex. I don't know. But anyway, I felt like I wasn't girly enough for it, and I actually think it suits me. I can't believe that I used to walk around refusing. I used to dye my hair black because it used to get a little lighter in the summer, and I hated the fact that it wasn't just black. I felt like I needed to have like black hair and like dark eyebrows because the other stuff was just too feminine for me. Isn't that weird? God, we're getting vulnerable. This is not the podcast, delete, wrong channel. Anyway, that's the weave. She's cute, isn't she? Although I do think that that very poor heatless curl that I did just make an attempt to do before I got in the shower. And it was more about protecting the hair from the water as well, so my hair didn't go hella frizzy, which the ends didn't happen because it got wet. But I don't think I did it justice, to be honest. I will do you an actual heatless curl and show you, just to actually give you some you know, real heatless curls and give this weave a bit of justification. Look, that's my weave, that's my catch up. I hope you've all stuck around for this long, because even me, I'm ready to check out right now. But I'm excited to share the rest of our week and year and weeks to come with you all. Thanks all for chatting with me. I hope you like my new hair. I hope that you're all well. I hope you're all looking forward to Christmas. And please, if you've stayed around this long, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and don't forget to go follow me on the other platforms and Sip and Sala. Love you.